Alright guys, I'm eating a little bit of food today because I don't know why I'm really not hungry yet, but I have to break the fast.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
So I'm eating a small piece of breast, one plantain, a tablespoon of cold mac salad, this tortilla because I didn't want it to go bad. We made the dough yesterday, and a little bit of vegetables. That's all we have in the way of vegetables. We have to go grocery shopping. So let's begin. So how is your 4th of July going? I told somebody today that I'm reluctant to tell people happy 4th of July because a lot of brown and black people say 4th of July isn't their Independence Day because we're still going backwards. The 4th is not my favorite holiday, and I think part of it is because we lost my favorite uncle, Uncle Les, on the 4th in 2002. So that makes it what, 21 years? He was only 47. He went to that Desert Storm war in 1991 as a medic. And we believe, as a family, we believe that all that smoke from the oil fields burning and stuff, we believe he inhaled that. And he got lung cancer. But he didn't know until it had already spread to his brain. From the day that he found out till the day that he passed, it was 3 months. It was devastating for us. He's one of those over-the-top personalities, you know? So, my friend Louise, Jessica's grandma, that day was bad for her too because she lost her only child, Jessica's mom, to homicide on that day in 1997. The AC came on, it's hot. We're going over to Jory and Esther. I don't know what I'm going to take it. I'm thinking I'll do a tres leches cake. Although that will upset Jory because he can't eat it because of the milk. I can't eat it either. So let's talk about my book. The one that the man is selling for 12 years. Well, I think November or October will make 12 years. What's wrong with this plantain? It's trifling. So, you guys know that when I redid, I'm not calling my Belizean cookbook at Amazon a redid. It's just an entirely new book. I took 65 of the recipes that I have in Beans and Rice Volume 2. And you know I named the book Beans and Rice Volume 2 because I was trying to replace Beans and Rice and Jesus Christ, the one the man was selling. So I still use that book. the beans and rice volume 2 because my Amazon book is too pretty to put on the kitchen counter, right? Anyways, my sister and Joe told me to do the Amazon book because once the book that man is selling comes down, I'm gonna need to replace it with something. Amazon's not gonna buy the book from me, the one that Morris Cookbook is selling, because the book is spiral or cone, and they don't sell spiral and cone book, I guess. So that's why I redid it as a, what the hell is wrong with this plantain? Perfect bound. Don't you hate when the plantain is hard-hearted and that thing in the middle is, ugh? I don't think that's worth me putting in the calories to help. I got these little plates at Walmart. A set of 4, 2 like this, where it's white with the red design, and this one is like, I think, red with the white design. I don't know. They're compatible. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So I checked on KDP, and for a book with 200 pages, the book has 199 black and white pages. The one the man is selling. It costs $3.24 for Amazon to make. So if the man was selling it for $19.99, which is the price I picked, times 60%, that means he got $11.99 from Amazon. I'm assuming he's selling it through KDP or CreateSpace, although Amazon keeps telling me no. I don't believe Amazon. The book looks similar to the books that I'm in the regard of the stamp in the back and stuff like that. But I assume, or I guess, that maybe third-party printers that do print on demand might put that same stamp in the back of their books. I don't know, right? In any case, if they're going through Amazon, Amazon will drop, well, Amazon will give them $11.99, but subtract the $3.24 out of it. And it probably cost them less to make the book back in the olden days, but now that book will cost $3.24. $8.75 divided by 2, $4.37. He promised he was going to give me $4.59. So pretty close, right? $4.37 and $4.59. So it might cost him a little bit less to make the book. But that's how Amazon operates. They'll tell you what it's going to cost to make the book. And the more pages the book has, the more expensive it is. The more color the book, color pages the book has. And Amazon only allows you to do full color or full black and white. So you can't have just black and white pages and a color picture, black and white pages. You have to have, even on your pages where it's just print, like the recipes, I put like a block of some other color, some shade, to make it be color, right? Because I put my print in black, my text. So that's what he promised me. So I had a friend that was a seller on Amazon. She had just become a seller. So she was using that Jungle Scout app years ago. She's the first one to alert me to the fact that the man was selling a lot of my books. And she said, it said in the last 28 days, he sold like 137, 175, 170, 150 books. And she would constantly check, and he'd be selling that monthly. No, when Gary checked, Gary's my website designer and friend, he said he was, the guy, it showed him on Jungle Scout that that's what he sold per year. So when he had sent me that $688 check back in 2018 and said it was for the whole year of 2017, maybe it's true, I don't know. But when that little girl had checked, at the time he sent me that check, he goes, no, Miss Babs, he sold that in February of 2018. I don't know. I don't have no way to prove it except to subpoena Amazon records, and I can only do that if I sue these people, right? I don't have money to do all of that. It's probably going to come to $1,000 to do that. Or more. So, I've always told you guys that I would consider it a win if they just stopped selling my book. And I still mean that from my heart. Yes, I could use that money that they owe me. And yes, in my cease and desist letter, I did demand $10,400 and some, almost $500. I don't know if I'll see the light of day on that, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. As much as I need that money, I'm just not. Because I don't go back on my word to God. If God wants to deal with her, the wife, because the man's dead, and tell her send that girl her money and she said it, oh well, I'll come back and let you guys know that I got that money. So I don't know where you guys are in the storyline, but if you've seen any of my live events, you know that I checked on that book at Amazon last week, and it said on my end, out of print, limited availability. I'm thinking they say limited availability because the book was sold on expanded Amazon thingy, and when you do that, Amazon will sell the books to Barnes and Noble and any other company that sell books that deal with Amazon, and then those people will sell it back. So Amazon doesn't have control. Let's say if Barnes and Noble bought some of the books or whatever, and they have some in the store or whatever, Amazon don't have control of what they have left, right? So maybe that's why it said limited availability. But when you go and look, it says not available. I checked on my friend Dorothy Woods. She just passed away, Grandma Dorothy, and her book is still up for sale on Amazon, the paperback and the ebook. So why is it only my book that's down? Is it because she got the letter? Because you guys know I don't know if she got the letter. I paid for certified return receipt. No receipt has come back. You go to the post office, they don't know what's going on. Hi, boo. I have to check if you are Wednesday. Want to come sit for a little bit? I could dress down a little bit. I love having you in my mukbangs. We're in front of the green screen today, guys. And it was hard to set up. That's why I don't.
Hello, people.
Do I need to go down some more? Yeah.
You good.
No, it looks off balance. It looks off balance. Come closer.
Okay, come close. That's good.
Is that better, guys?
What you eat?
I'm eating the chicken you made. Like a tablespoon of that salad.
Okay.
And some carrots and bell peppers. And a piece of that tortilla.
Sounds good.
What do you eat?
Stew chicken, a little bit of rice.
Carrots?
Carrots.
I see it on your face. How is the carrots on your face?
Carrots on the. Because when I bite it.
How is carrot crumbs on your face?
When I bite it, just fly. My teeth is so. It's so. It was a pressure.
Yo, I was talking to them about the book when the man made a sale, right?
Okay.
And I was doing the math. Right here.
What did you come up with?
So, $19.99 for a book times 60%. $11.99 is what they should get, and we subtracted $3.24 out of it because that's what it would cost in today's time to make that book. But honestly, they probably paid $2 back in the olden days. So let's do it this time and subtract $2. So he would get $9.99 divided by 2 $4.99 each, but he said $4.59. So we have to do like the math to find out how much he really paid to make that book. But it's somewhere between $2 and $3.24 to make that book. Because he promised me $4.59 off of the sale of each book. And honestly, had he given me any money, we wouldn't have had this fight.
Just say he was still going to make money.
And he could have still ripped me off and I wouldn't know, right?
Mm-hmm. But when you're greedy and want everything for yourself, that's what happened. I mean, I guess they don't care to make a whole lot of money off of you, and so they don't worry about it no more. And just they move on to the next somebody.
He said in a written interview a few years ago, or recently, like 2021, that since he made the program to write the books in, the Cook's Palette, that he signed 1,500 authors. I believe he did. And I believe he gave none of the people money.
What you need to do is go make a video about it. When everything is done, you got to step and make people know. What they call these little small printers, they just rip you off. And if you don't do something about it, they'll keep on ripping you off.
At least with Ex Libris, when I contacted them and said, hey, what do I need to do for you guys to stop selling my book? They said just write, they sent me an email, they go, reply to this email, tell us you want us to stop selling it and we'll stop within 1 month, and they did it within 2 weeks. No matter what you want to say about them, at least they were professional in that regard. This guy, Ed Linney, dead Ed Linney, and his wife Tracy Linney were not professionals, they were crooks. They just sold my book and had no regard for the fact that they were just taking all my money when I needed it in 2020, when the pandemic, when the shutdown happened and we needed it. We had to go on friggin' food stamps to survive, and he sold $24,000 worth of books, so he made $6,000-7,000. He should have given me $6,000-7,000. I could have used it that year. That's probably what I made all year in 2020. Well, a friend of mine sent me a video about this Jamaican girl, right, Joe? She born in New York, but Jamaican descent. And she has a food vlog. And I don't even know if she has videos, but she has pictures, right? That girl made $120,000 last year. She just started like in 2020 or 2021.
Okay.
She made $7,000 in YouTube for the year. She made like another $7,000 in, or maybe a little bit more in brand collabs. It has to be more because it's $120,000. So she did a lot in brand collabs, and then she made some in, what's the next stream? Her books.
Okay.
She has 2 ebooks that she's selling, and combined she made $120,000. She's an RN. So she makes like $120,000 a year as an RN. So she's making money. And this cooking thing is her side gig. And she's doing Jamaican food. And so we keep saying that food is dead. But food is not dead. You can make it in food if you have the support. And I'll tell you something about Jamaicans, child. They are faithful to their own. They're not going to bash this girl just because she born in America and her parents are Jamaican. They don't bash the girl and say, that's not how you make it. They don't do things like that. Even when they come and they follow me, they're faithful to me. So they're going to make it. That girl going to make it.
Right.
My Belizeans, not all. I don't worry the time people think you to say all.
Well, let's say, I would say 80%.
You think that much? That's for me or against me?
Against you. I young about 10% of the Belizean. I'm serious.
Ave Maria.
They don't, honestly, they don't try even, I mean, let's put it this way, that the own Belizean right there, I mean in Belize, they're trying to do something and they still try to put them down. What do you think about us that live here?
Why are people like that on the whole? Because when I see somebody doing something, I'm excited for them really and truly from my heart, and I want to help them do it.
Jealousness, and I don't want you to
You think it's pure jealousy, just that?
Jealousy, yeah, I don't think that, because if you're not jealous, you can try to help somebody to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you help somebody be successful, that somebody could help somebody else to be successful. Maybe it could be you.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Me and Joe have a friend, right? It's mostly my friend, but it's me and Joe friend. I met him through another business. We used to do a t-shirt business. We used to have a printing t-shirt business. Do you know who I talk about yet? You know who? And he was working at the place that sells the transfers, right? And he was down and out. He was homeless. He had just become homeless though. And he was working on getting an apartment. It took him about 6 weeks, right, Joe? 6 to 8 weeks to get an apartment. Well, he had that good job. He had just gotten the good job. I met him. Not meeting I've never met him in real life. But I met him on the phone. And they used to call out of my transfers. And he would make sure I get all the good deals. They had a thing where if they had the thing listed for sale in the book or whatever, because I don't think they had the website then, right? And you ordered the transfer but they didn't have it in stock, you could still get the cheap price for everything you ordered. So let's say I ordered 10 different transfers and the bill came to $300, but because I ordered a large quantity of all combined, I would have gotten a $50 discount, right? So let's say the bill would have been $250. Let's say out of those 10 transfers that I ordered, they didn't have maybe 3 of them. I would still get whatever discount, whatever percentage discount that they were offering from the stuff that I did pay for, because it's their fault that they didn't have the thing. You see why I need a new table? And I can't use that long table because I'm using it as my little chiffa robe out there. It don't need to be too big.
Yeah.
But it needs to be sturdy because this is rickety. He wants to lean on it, can't lean on it. So he would make sure I get all the great deals. So when I found out he was homeless, I asked him if he had an address for me to mail a package out to him. And I mailed him a package of Johnny cakes, powder bun, bread, bun, anything that wouldn't go bad quickly, right? And Joe was working hard. We had little babies at the time. This was back in 1996, right after Jada was born. And he called me back from the job and he told me how grateful he was to receive that package, because living in your car is rough, right? The food just kind of boosted him up, and he'll never forget that. I'm like, it's okay, you know? I would want somebody to do that for me. So he was starting a business at the time where he would negotiate people's mortgages for them. This was before the recession, remember? This was 96.
What was the name of that kind of stuff?
I don't know what you call that, but like if you were paying your mortgage and you fell behind, this is before the recession, you would contact him and he would contact the mortgage company and he would say, hey, let's work on this, can you knock this off, and they can do this and that. You have to have the ability to bring it back forward though, but he would negotiate. And on whatever money he saved you, you would pay him a percentage. I don't know what the percentage was. So let's say if he saved you $10,000, maybe the percentage was 1%. I don't know, right? I wasn't in the nitty-gritty of the business like that. But he had a contract that he had to put together, like a 10-page contract for the people to sign when he was going to help them negotiate their contracts, their mortgage. And so, am I boring you, sir? So, anyways, he had me type up that contract. That time I had a little computer. I typed up all 10 pages of party at the first part, party at the second part. Child, it was intricate. We didn't have Google Docs you could dictate it into like now. We had typed that stuff up. We didn't have Chat GPT that I could go look that stuff up. He told me what he wanted, you know, to say more or less. I think he had a copy he was working off of. like just using somebody else's copy, and wanted to type up his own, to put his own name, his own company name. So I did all that for him, and I mailed out the set of pages, and then he took it down to Staples or whatever, I don't know what existed at that time, and he copied it several times, and that was the contract that he used for his clients. So all of a sudden, he told me he was getting married. I didn't even know he was dating somebody. Stop pulling your foot like that, baby. It's annoying when I'm editing. So anyways, he got married. He said the wife didn't want him to have contact with women outside of the marriage. I could be for his friend and I have a whole husband, but he can't be my friend. I'm like, okay. And you know what? I wasn't offended. I don't know him. I didn't meet him. If the lady insecure, whatever. So they had a child together. I think she had children before. They had a child together. And he sent me, you know, the birth announcement, and I was able to go online and see. So he would send things like that here and there, but I never contacted him. I didn't even call him at his business phone. I respect people marriage, right? So years went, a lot of years, right, babe?
Good 10 years.
Oh, a lot of years went by. Then he contacted me and he said the marriage wasn't good from day one. The best thing from the marriage was the daughter. And that he wanted out. I'm like, call me, no, the hell? They never talked to me for 10 years. So I don't like people that they don't talk with you for 10, 20 years, and then when they come up, they want to burn you with their problems. I have a friend that calls me every now and again out of the blue, and every time she calls me, she breathless. Oh, I need this. One time she needs school fees for her picnic them to go to Catholic school. I'm like, my picnic are in public school. Where the hell I give you school fees so your picnic go to Catholic? What the rest? But they're in a public school. So anyways, later on, I think when the little girl turned 18, the guy divorced the lady. See how much she has? 18 years from the time I meet this man. Did 18 years go by yet? Yeah, because Jada hold at 27. And this happened back in 96. The friendship was formed in 96. So he contacted me when he's single and alone, looking for an apartment again, don't you know? I'm not laughing at this situation.
She sold the house?
She took the house.
She took the house.
She took everything. She's one of them bitches. She took everything. So she even like told on him to law enforcement, something to do with the business. But I don't know the intricacies to talk about it, and he won the case. That's the main thing you need to know. He took the case all the way to the Supreme Court for where he lives, and he's not a lawyer, but he can talk like a lawyer. Reminds me of Donat. He can talk like a lawyer.
He could talk.
And he went in front of them judges in that Supreme Court. I saw the video because he says, go look online. No, he didn't tell me to go look online. When he called me and told me everything that happened to him, I said, he must be lying. He didn't go in front of no damn Supreme Court. He got to be lying. So I went and he talking to me and I typing on Google like, and I found the video. I couldn't wait to get off of the phone quick enough to go see the video. Child, I was proud of him though. He was roasting them people off. But he knew when to shut up and respected them, and you know, and he knew when he was winning, shut up. So he won the case. But she's a witch. You gonna tell you after you enjoy the man money? He didn't do nothing illegal, but she acted like he did. So anyways, one day he talked to me on the phone and he told me that he had become a millionaire through that business. I have no reason to disbelieve him. And he said so many times when that money was rolling in and that woman was spending that money like if it was water, man, just boom, boom, boom. He thought about me and Joe, and he says, my God, today these people were here with me when I was down and out. That girl helped me, you know, when she was struggling, took her time, because when people give you their time, just be very, very careful with it, because time matters more than money. You know, we're watching a guy, right, Joe Myron Golden. Let me divert for a minute. Let me digress. And he said, if you feel like time is money, you've been taught wrong. It's a lie from the pits of Hades, because time is more valuable than money. Because if somebody were to give you $1 million and say, in order to accept it, you have to off yourself, you would say no. Most people would say no. I say most people because maybe somebody who had a terminal illness that wanted to leave that money for their loved ones might do that, right? Right? So I say most. Majority of the people would say no, because what? Time is more valuable than that money. And likewise, if you had an incurable disease and you had $1 million saved, or somebody had just given you $1 million, you would separate yourself from that $1 million to pay for that cure if the cure was $1 million. Why? Because time is more valuable than money. So that's what he told me. You gave me your time, which is, he knew the value of time, my friend. And he said, and I wanted to send money to you and Joe as a blessing, just as a seed. He didn't say how much. But if it were $10,000, it would be $1 million to us back in them days.
You couldn't do that. The guy's wife would stop.
The wife stopped it. And he says, but I blame me. Because I know the goodness of you and Joe. And I blame me. And he goes, but you know, God always gives me a second chance. And I'm going to get up there again. You know, with whatever business I try again. I don't know what business he's doing now. And as soon as I make my money, I'm going to sow a seed with you and Joe. Well, I'm not holding my breath. But I tell you that story to tell you that somebody is always looking at you that can greatly bless you. Just like that, somebody's always looking at you that can greatly harm you. So watch your surroundings when you're out there. Don't be on the phone texting when you go to the car and then you're not paying attention to who's around you. Don't park next to vans. I know this topic went off on a beaten path. Because they can slide it. When somebody I know used to date, Secret Service agent. And she told me when she told the person that what we think about vans and stuff, because we used to have a van. You could slide open that door and drag anybody inside that van. And he says, that's how we catch our perps. We park in a van next to them, and when they come to the car, we just slide it open and boom, arrest them. I was like, damn, see, I told you. And look in the back seat of your car for somebody back there to groot you. I don't think I'm saying the word right. Get that rope, choke you off, right? And if somebody come to groot you, try to get your hand in between the thing. Why do people don't do that, Joe?
Maybe I can't.
Get your hand in between. Why is it in Lifetime movies when they put the plastic bag over the person's head to kill him, they just bust the bag, bust the bag. Your hands are free. The hell?
Yeah, baby, it's moving, okay? Just
don't laugh because you know you hate their Lifetime movie too for all these reasons that I'm saying.
Lifetime movie got some good stuff here, but when he
who's that? Winnie? How dare she come in this room? This is Cora's room.
Who invited you in here?
Man, she brave enough to come for this food, Joe. So, anyways, there's always somebody, just believe that there's always somebody noticing you that can harm you, so be vigilant about your surroundings. And likewise, there's always somebody noticing you that can be a blessing to you. And you don't never know when God is going to tell them to move. Are you okay, sweetheart? Are you okay? She's smelling Cora. Huh?
Let me see what she's grabbing.
You want to go outside? You want to go outside? You guys, thank you for listening to my stories. Comment below if you have a comment on any of these things that we spoke about. Do you have somebody in your life that became a millionaire and told you? I think I wouldn't care if he became a millionaire, and I know that he became a millionaire. It wouldn't have bothered me, but it bothered me that he told me that God told him. He says God, because he's deeply religious, and he said God told me to bless Barbara and Joe, and I didn't do it, and I feel like that's why I fell. He's blaming that to the reason why he fell with his money. I don't think so. But he's not the only one that's ever come back and told us this, right? That you helped me and I blew up and became rich and I didn't come back and bless you and now I'm broke and I really wish that I had. He's not the only person that's told us that. But that's the most intricate story that I can remember. So a lot of people in YouTube, they've come through and I've told them, you're going to blow up, and they blow up. Just speak a word. I'm going to blow up too. Because I'm not going to keep speaking this word over other people and not me. I'm going to blow up too. I'm going to become a millionaire too. And I have people already in mind that I want to bless when I become a millionaire. But I'm not going to call any names because my mom taught me that you can get sued for that. If you make promises when you're poor and you promise somebody specifically that you're going to give them something specific, they can sue you and they will win in court because that was a promise. They take that like a contract. But I have people in mind. Alright guys, if you've liked the video that we've put here today, go ahead and like it because it gets us in the algorithm. It really does. It tells YouTube that you like what we're putting out. They'll put more things in front of your face. Don't forget to share it if you want to share it. Sometimes I don't share people's video because I don't know who to share it with. So I'm not mad if you don't share. But if you can, share it. Don't forget to subscribe because by subscribing, you won't have to go searching for me again to find out when I put up another video. Alright? That's all subscribing does. Because when I don't subscribe to people, I go, who the heck was that person again? Oh my God, I don't. But when I go look at my subscriptions and I realize, oh, that's that person. So that's what it does. I'm not going to lie. Doesn't do anything else. 80% of the people that watch me are not subscribed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So subscribe so you can be aware of when I put up another video. And what else? Comment. Yes, the comments matter. And I look forward to your comment, all right? Au revoir, my poor baby's sick. Thank you, baby, for being such a great sport. Okay? Don't lean against the green screen because it'll give you a shadow.
Okay. Hey.
This is the Beth Pantry Show.